All right, welcome back, everybody. You know, while most of us think of loneliness as something to avoid, a little solitude, when intentional and well-managed, might actually be the secret ingredient to success.
Joining us now in our studios to talk all about this is clinical psychologist Dr. Judith Zackson. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
I think it's such an important topic. I know that when I don't get any solitude or any alone time, I think I get very snippy. So I've started to realize I like...
Auntie Krabatha shows up.
I need to like put it on the schedule because I think the older we get, the harder it is to even carve out alone time. I used to hate it. Like, don't leave me alone. Now I'm like, where's my alone time?
Exactly, especially as we grow older as mothers, we need to put that into our schedule. What does alone time bring you? It brings you back to who you are, to your creativity. That's the default position. You don't need validations of others. It's just about you learning your insight, learning who you are at the core level.
You're talking about loneliness at every level of life, though. Babies and children and teens and adults and elder people. Just talk to me about a baby needing loneliness.
Exactly. Babies, mothers feel that they have to be with them at all times, take them like to little mommy and me groups. But actually, children being alone, just smiling at their mother's faces, just playing with their rattles, it teaches them who they are, just grabbing their little toes. It's the foundation of enjoying who you are. Then when they become toddlers, mothers push them along a little bit, like they give them little cues. How about playing with that? How about going outside, playing with little insects, making little worms? And kids learn just to build their imagination.
And I think now, because we have social media and phones, I mean, you know, I try to encourage my teens to just sit there, like stare at the sky. They don't do that. We used to get bored, and then boredom leads to creativity. So we probably have an issue of like not knowing how to be alone and bored sometimes.
Exactly, especially with teens. But the nice thing about social media is that if you channel it towards creativity, then the algorithm comes up with all creative inputs, and then you learn how to balance it. Mothers can help. Fathers can help. It's just how to balance that creativity, being alone, learning how to stimulate, especially teens that are so insecure, learning how to be without validations of others. Mothers in our practice bring in teens that have low self-esteem, that are being bullied, because they're always looking for the external. What do we do as therapists? We play with them. We try to quiet their mind. Only then can they find out who they are and learn coping skills.
So do you think it's truly a detriment not to have loneliness built into part of your life?
Exactly. It's truly a detriment, but we need to have balance. You don't always want to be lonely and alone and bored. You want to have a tight circle of friends, but if you're able to balance it, then your whole world opens. Think about the great inventors, Steve Jobs, Isaac Newton, even J.K. Rowling. She got her idea being on a train, looking out the window.
Right.
Everyone says that nature brings you creativity. That's how our world changed.
Yeah, and there's a difference, right, between loneliness, which we talk about as being kind of dangerous for your mental health, versus being alone. Like sometimes elderly people later in your life might really suffer from loneliness. That's different than being intentional about alone time.
Exactly. You know, I would even take it a nudge back. Mothers who were so busy working, climbing that ladder, and fathers, then they have a kid, and then they're home alone with their baby, and they feel so like, what do I do with my brain? It's like scrambled eggs. And we teach them, we have to relearn. How do you take that clutter out? How do you look at your values? How do you look at playing with your kid and the beauty of it? And then it translates into being older, into being a senior. They're alone, but if they learn how to balance it, make meaning out of their life, having a small circle, but also being able to think about, what is my legacy? What do I want to keep behind? How can I spend more time with my kids? So it's always that balance, toggling between the two.
How do we get in touch with you, Judith? Because I'm sure people are going to be fascinated by this.
Well, we have our practice, Greenwich psychology.com.
Terrific.
Yeah.
And
on Facebook and Instagram too.
Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter, all the good stuff.
And you are taking new patients. People can actually make appointments.
Absolutely. We have many, many therapists, and we work as a team. So you're actually getting a real team of very skilled people.
And it could be online or on the phone if you can't get to Greenwich too, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I'm fulfilled, not lonely, by this conversation.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Doctor.
you. Thank you
Good
for
to see
having
you.
me.
All right,
Pleasure.